know if it's AYR, if it's ear, I don't know how you pronounce it. This was such a cool find, and I really need to focus on bringing back my flip of the week little shorts, because this would have been a fabulous flip of the week. Hi Sequels friends, welcome back to my channel. It is so fabulous to have you here on this beautiful, what seems like here in Western North Carolina, spring day. Yes. If you happen to be new here, my name is Heather and I am a part-time reseller across various online platforms, and I like to document my journey here on YouTube. Another month has passed and you guys know what that means. It is time for a what sold video. Total numbers here for the month of March. I grossed $2,149. Yes, folks, since I restarted my reselling business in October of last year, I have not made this amount of money. This is my highest grossing sales since I came back into reselling. So I'm super excited about that. Of course, these are gross sales, they are not net sales. So let's talk about how much I made after we took out cost of goods, platform fees, any shipping discounts and the like. I ended up actually transferring into my bank account $1,324.22. I know, I'm excited too. It is pretty darn exciting. And out of that $1,324.22, I sold out of my own closet. I say out of my own closet, but it's really out of my house, because it may be things that came out of my clothing closet, my partner's clothing closet around the house. I sold $70.21. So it's always good to be selling out of your own closet. If you're not wearing it, put it online to sell, because it'll move for you. And look, I got $70.21. I could spend on some new clothes if I wanted to. I know it's taken some time to get my reselling business back to where it was before I took a hiatus and kind of forgot about it, but this is the first month that not only financially am I feeling closer to where I was before, but also based on the categories that are performing. So let's get into the sales by category with my handy dandy spreadsheet and check out the categories highlighted in Sequels Pink and look at them. They are the top 3 categories that are always on the top of my list. Usually every season, these are my top 3 categories: dresses, shoes, and tops. I think we are back in business, baby. It took long enough, but I think we are back there. So I'm really excited to see those categories performing. And I was just glancing over to look at my sell-through rate. Those really high sell-through rates mean that I need to be out on the lookout when I am thrifting in the wild. And as you can see, I am still out of men's product. I've been out of men's product. I am light on tops. I've been light on tops, and it looks like I'm also light on skirts. So this helps me realize what categories I need to go look for when I am out thrifting. So let's talk about our sales by platform. It's pretty similar to what it usually is as well, with eBay being my top performer, doing 39% of the total unit sales and bringing in 47% of the total dollar sales. Next up, as per usual, is Poshmark, bringing in 32% of the total dollar sales. And following is actually Etsy, which is so interesting, because as I'm doing my taxes and I'm learning how much money I made totally on Etsy, I'm thinking to myself, is Etsy worth its while for me to continue? And it's always so impressive to me, because while I don't do a ton of business on Etsy, Etsy brings me in a higher dollar amount. And you can see it right here. I did 12% of the total dollars for the month on just 10% of the total units. And then last up, you know, it just pushes right along. It brings me in a steady $100 to $150 a month, is good old Macari, which brought in 11% of the total units on 8% of the total dollars. So overall, like I said, the average sale price came in at $15.95. My margin came in at 62%. When the average sale price is a little bit lower than expected, it's expected that the margin will be as well. My margin had been hovering right around 65 and it's down to 62, but you know, I'm not complaining. That means that if I sell something for $100, I typically am putting 62 of it in my pocket. Not a bad margin at all. And overall, 16% of my sales were in markdowns. If it's been in my store for quite a while, I mark it down to 55% off. And I also have a few sales that I'm running at just $1 just to try to move it. So let's get into the part that I know all of you guys love, and let's talk about my BOLO items to be on the lookout for. These are any item that I sold that put in my pocket after fees, after everything, net me at least $20. Let's get into it. First up, in the order of what they sold, because that's how they are listed on my spreadsheet. I don't even know how you pronounce this. I don't know if it's AYR, if it's AIR, I don't know how you pronounce it. This was such a cool find, and I really need to focus on bringing back my flip of the week little shorts, because this would have been a fabulous flip of the week. This is a really pretty linen sundress that I originally bought because it was an extra large, and I thought, oh, this might be cute on me. But when I put it on, I was like, I don't really like the style. But I love that it's linen, and I know if it doesn't fit, I can resell it. Well, little did I know, this is a brand that has some resale value and also retails for quite high. I listed it across, the retail on this is $345. And I was hoping to resell it from anywhere between $69 and $124 based on the comps at the time that I listed it. Well, I ended up selling it on eBay, all in, including shipping, for $94.79. And once the fees were accounted for, I put in my pocket $69.61. You guys, trust your gut when you see something that you think is quality. I have no idea based on this brand name that it meant anything. All I know is that it's cute and that it was linen, and that in itself was worth the pickup. Next up, I sold one of the vintage Y2K Harley Davidson button-down shirts that I got out of that horrible Goodwill blue box. This one sold on Mercari. I was hoping to make $29 to $49 on this item, and I ended up selling it for $35.31. No, it sold on Etsy, and I know that because I could see that I put way less than $35.31 in my pocket, and that is because I offer free shipping on Etsy. I feel like it helps the algorithm, but I do need to go back and reevaluate some of my prices because I make a little less than I want to on some items over there because of that. But overall, I make more money over there. So what am I complaining about? But anyways, I ended up putting in my pocket $19.99. Yes, I cheated. It was not totally $20, but I figured close enough. You guys know you should pick up Harley when you see it. Beautiful vintage bag I got for a steal when I was over in Waynesville thrifting. It is a vintage LP woven leather bag, perfect springtime vibes. I love picking up vintage pieces like this. It is a gorgeous vintage piece, but also you can see it's very, very classic, giving that grandma coastal, giving that what's the luxury, the rich luxury, I can't think of the name right now, giving all of those vibes. So definitely worth the pickup, especially when I found it for $3.50. I ended up selling this on eBay, was hoping to make $39 to $49, sold it on eBay all in at $55.99 and put $26.84 in my pocket, and most of that is because I did not charge enough shipping. It cost me $15 to ship that bit. Next up, Joan and David. I believe these came in a thread up box. I love these boots. They ended up selling on eBay. I was hoping to make $39 to $59. I sold them all in at $57.50 and put $33.71 in my pocket. This Alfred Dunner wool blend blazer, you guys saw me wear it in one of my videos. You know I was in love with it, and I kept it in my closet so that I could wear it, and that in itself was a guarantee that that puppy was gonna sell. And I ended up selling it on Etsy. I was hoping to make $29 to $49 on it. I sold it for $49 and put $34.20 in my pocket. I swear all I have to do is fall in love with something and it will sell. So I'm just announcing it. I love everything in my closet. Tory Burch tote bag, this chocolate patent leather tote bag. This was gifted to me by a friend for my reselling business. I have had it forever. I was hoping to get $29 to $69 based on comps. I ended up taking an offer on Poshmark for $40, and given there were no cost of goods after platform fees, I put $32 in my pocket. These were a nice fun find. They are a J. Crew elastic waist 6-inch dock short. I found these in the bins. I ended up selling them on Etsy. I was hoping to make $19 to $29 for them, and all in they were $35.99, and I put in my pocket $24.24. Now I know if you guys watch my ThredUp, was it ThredUp? I think it was ThredUp unboxing, you will recognize these gold lame shoes that I am just absolutely in love with. And I did tell you guys there that they sold. They sold just within 2 days of listing, and to my surprise, they sold on Mercari. And I don't usually have huge higher price pointed sales on Mercari. I was hoping based on recent comps to make anywhere between $84 and $149. I took an offer for $113 and put in my pocket, after platform fees and the $7.41 cost of goods, put in my pocket $90.13. Oh my gosh, these were definitely a winner. Okay, another pair of shoes, and not the first pair of shoes that I would have thought that was gonna sell out of my American Thrift Supply shoebox. That was an interesting box, and I've been moving shoes out, but these shoes that we collectively refer to in my house as pimp shoes, I call them preacher shoes. The partner calls them pimp shoes. They were the first item from this box to sell, and they sold within 24 hours of listing. On eBay, I was hoping to make $39 to $59. They offered me $54.99 all in. I said, let's do it. And I put $34.97 in my pocket. This is a J. Crew bomber jacket. I believe it's called the Wallace and Barnes bomber jacket. I've had this for quite some time. I found it in the bins. Based on comps, I've had it listed for as high as $99, but I keep getting offers for $50 for it. And I finally decided to take the offer that came in for $50 on eBay. It came in all in at $58.99 with shipping, and I put in my pocket $38.13 after cost of goods and platform fees. This is a great reminder to yourself, just because something sold a few times for $99 does not mean right now while you have it listed that it's still worth $99. And if multiple people offer you the same price for it, you should probably just go ahead and take the sale. And especially when your cost of goods is only $1.59, you know, sometimes you just get greedy. I'm very happy with my $38 that I earned on that. Another jacket, this Anne Klein wool blend overcoat. I think I might have shared this in one of my Waynesville thrifting videos. I got this at one of my favorite little stores, thrift stores over in Waynesville. And this sold within just a couple days of listing. I was hoping to get, it had a retail price tag on it of $299, and it was from Steinmart. I was hoping to make anywhere between $59 and $89 for it, but given that we're end of season, I don't really want to hold on to it until next winter, because you guys know I do not have a lot of space. So when somebody offered me $55 for it, and knowing my cost of goods was only $6, I said, please, yes, take this out of my inventory, and I put $38 in my pocket. Another great find from one of the flea markets over in Waynesville that I'm really enjoying finding some goodies at. This one, these are Echo, the London Mary Jane. These are so cute. All sorts of Y2K vibes. I could totally have seen these wearing these back in the day. Chunky kitten heel, Mary Jane, square toe. I ended up selling these on Poshmark. I was hoping to make anywhere between $29 and $49. These shoes retail for $134, so that seemed fair. I took an offer on Poshmark for $41 and put $27.80 in my pocket. You guys will recognize this top from a Goodwill Bins haul. This sold within 24 hours of listing. It is the Peony 100% hand silk embroidered blouse made in China. And this was the one that I was asking you guys, did you think it was vintage? Because so many people had it listed as vintage, but then it had wash care symbols on it, which to me didn't seem vintage, but maybe Y2K. Either way, it didn't matter because it sold so quickly on Poshmark. I was hoping to make $39 to $59. Somebody offered me $45 and I took it and put $34.10 in my pocket. I think you guys just saw this one in last weekend's Thrift With Me in Weaverville video. It is the vintage black cowhide belt with the very 90s Western vibes. I ended up taking an offer for this one on eBay. I was hoping to make $24 to $39 based on current comps. And I took an offer all in at $38.19 and put $21.64 in my pocket. You guys would have put more money in your pocket than me. I paid up for this and it was $6. But if you can find this at Goodwill or at some of the other thrifts, Salvation Army, I see a lot of belts, usually for just $1. You would have made even more money on this. Also in the Weaverville video that you just saw was this vintage Boston Classics denim dress. I sold this one on Etsy. I was hoping to make $24 to $39. I sold it all in at $48.51. The price is higher because I do add a little bit extra money. A lot of times my item might be listed for $39 on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, but then it's $49 over on Etsy to cover my free shipping fees. And after fees, shipping, and the like, I put $27.11 in my pocket. This one is a testament to deleting and relisting. I've had this one since October, and it is a wool midi plaid skirt, which sell for me like crazy and usually make good money. And this one is just sitting there. And lo and behold, I relisted it and it sold. It is by the brand Echo Bay, and it is definitely vintage 80s. I ended up taking an offer on Mercari. I was hoping to make $24 to $34. I believe I originally had it listed for more of the $29 to $49 range, and when I relisted it, I lowered the price a little bit. I sold it for $34 and ended up putting $25.91 in my pocket after platform fees and cost of goods. Lawrence Kazar, this is another item that I have had this since July of 2022. Now these vintage 90s, 80s Lawrence Kazar have typically done very well for me. They're that 100% silk with the all over beading, but I have two pieces, this one and a shirt that are sitting forever. So I don't know if the trend's over or what, but thankfully somebody came in and nabbed this one on eBay. I was hoping to make $49 to $69, sold it all in at $57.99 and put $34.46 in my pocket. Another blazer that you have seen recently. I love it when I share it with you guys, a haul video, and within the month the items have sold. I am looking for these kind of quicker flips. This is that what I thought was vintage. I'm not sure if it's vintage. Again, Deerwood navy corduroy blazer, and it sold just within 4 days of listing on Etsy. I was hoping to make $29 to $49, sold it for $52.68 and put $35.17 in my pocket, and I did get that one at the bins. This is another bins find, and I think it might have been from the same bins trip. This one sold just within a week of listing, and it was the Antonio Milani white sleeveless blazer / blouse. I was really surprised. I picked this up because it just screamed springtime to me, and I've seen the brand, but I haven't really sold the brand, so I was kind of surprised that this sold as quickly as it did. I was hoping to make $29 to $39, sold it on Poshmark for $31, and netted $20.88. Another one, This is the vintage Stephanie Andrews plaid blazer dress that I got in the bins. And I picked this up because blazers are performing really well for me. The vibe gives me all sorts of academia vibes. And I just don't know if blazer dresses are a thing. Are people looking for them? Well, it seems like they might be, especially in this plus size 18, because this one sold within a week of listing. I sold it on Etsy. Hard to read on my spreadsheet sometimes. I sold it on Etsy, and let me get back to where I was. I was hoping to make $29 to $39, sold it on Etsy on sale for $38.92 and put $24.13 in my pocket. Artful Dodger jeans, got these in the bins so long ago. I don't know anything about this brand. There was just a lot of branding all over the jeans, and they seem to me like they might be worth some money. I've had them listed since November, so definitely not a quick flip, but I ended up getting an offer on them on Mercari. I was hoping to make $39 to $59. I sold them for $49 and made $47.15. This is after Mercari dropped their fees, so that's why I only had to take out cost of goods. Here is just a costume diamond looking, a costume faux diamond CZ looking engagement set that was gifted to my reselling business. I've been procrastinating on listing this forever. There are a few jewelry pieces that needed testing, or I had to get out the jeweler's eye, or whatever you want to call it, and really look into it to figure out, was it CZ, is it sterling silver, and get all the details. I still have, I think, 3 or 4 more pieces that I need to actually metal test to confirm what they are. But I finally got this one done and finally got it listed, and it sold fairly quickly on Poshmark. I was hoping to make $29 to $49 based on comps, sold it for $35 and put $28 in my pocket. And we are getting close to the end, just 3 more left. If you guys are still here, go ahead and hit that like button. You guys are super troopers. And if you haven't, consider hitting that subscribe button to see more content like this. Let's get these last 3 done. First up, this vintage Lloyd of New York plaid pleated midi skirt. The only thing that would have made this sell any quicker would be if it was wool, but this kind of vibe, secretary chic, academia, everything about it always performs well for me. I think I found this one at that little store that I love in Waynesville. It ended up selling on eBay, was hoping to make $39 to $49 and took an offer for $38.99 all in and made $20.45. This is from a vintage box that I bought, and I'm gonna have to go back to the old video to look to see. And I was excited about the things from that box, even though I got plenty of things that weren't vintage, but it's been slow moving. And I know vintage is slow moving, but it's been slow moving. So I was excited when somebody made an offer on this blazer. Men's blazers are already a tough sell, and this one was a 56 regular. So I was hoping, because of the size, that I can get it sold. I've had it listed since December and was hoping to make $79 to $99 based on comps at the time. But I tell you what, when somebody offered me $64 all in on eBay, I said, please come and take it, because now that I've had that and a couple, maybe 1 or 2 other sales, I've paid for this box. And I put $43.59 in my bank account. Last up, you guys saw this. Did you see it? Oh, you might not have seen it yet. You might be seeing it this weekend. Filming videos ahead to try to be on target so that I don't miss a video is making me forget what you've seen and what you haven't seen, but I think you're seeing it in an upcoming video. I love to pick up uniforms. I don't always pick them up without looking them up, but I did look up this one and it seemed like it was worth some money. It is Flying Cross, and they are postal. They call them postal blue, but they are postal, USPS postal pants. I listed these on the I've listed these and within a week I sold them. I was hoping to make 29 to 39 based on recent comps. I sold them all in at 38.24. I believe they bought those on a sale, if I remember correctly, and put 24.75 in my pocket. So what do you guys think? What was your favorite item that sold? I would love to hear from you in the comments section below. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will be back at you really soon with some more reselling content. Have a great one, guys. Bye.